pigeons. New Yorkers call them flying rats. Outside of the city that never sleeps in Reno, Nevada, a pigeon donning a sombrero was photographed by multiple witnesses. In Las Vegas, his cowboy hat-wearing cousin wandered the strip. These pigeons were the first reported hat-wearing birds in the region. According to the Washoe County Regional Animal Services, reports with more of them continuing to shock unexpecting humans. The latest sightings come off the heels of the tragic death of a pigeon found with a small cowboy hat glued to its head, sparking a massive outpouring from animal rights groups asking for authorities to investigate what may be inhumane treatment. That is, if it is humans who are doing this or if it's the birds themselves. Let's dive into this. Locals are waiting to see if there was a connection to a rodeo which was in town. The birds may have been part of the rodeo staff or even competing participants riding small bulls. Or are they simply gambling away the stresses of their day, hoping to hit the big score? We lean towards the most likely explanation. They're simply tired of being the lowest class of bird in the bird kingdom, and they're accessorizing to mask their own self-esteem issues. This explains everything. Or is it? They were able to catch one. His name is Cluck Norris.
That red cowboy hat attached to his head, well, he's called Cluck Norris. Take a look at him right there. And today, that local pigeon rescue group, Lofty Hopes, was finally able to capture Cluck Norris.
He is not to be confused to have any relationship to the famous Marshall. If so, it would be disappointing, as most people believe they look great on them. This is an effort the downcast birds are doing to elevate themselves in status from winged rats? Or is it a more sinister marketing ploy some human is doing to generate viral buzz?
I'm a color guy. I like the colors in the birds. This is, I think, is a stunning color. If you know, I'm sure many people will agree. When the racing business, people just want the birds with the fastest time, the best. But the guy that's always the fastest time doesn't always fascinate me. He's just the winner. Of course, we have plenty of winners, but this one's the winner to me because he never gives up, and he's just a beautiful looking bird, you know. And I guess I'm pretty shallow like most of society. I like looks as well as performance.
We don't yet know. Cool or cruel. Either way, public opinion is clear. They look gangster. What we do know is that there are birds with hats, and those birds are getting our attention. Are these birds professional or compulsive gamblers? Or are they just trying to look cool to other birds? Social media consensus is yes, they do look cool. The activists are trying to protect the birds, but what if the hats are helping the birds? A Las Vegas activist who runs a local pigeon rescue says otherwise. In a recent interview, she describes an encounter she had personally with one of these pigeons. He was shaking his head trying to get the hat off. It's definitely glue. She discerned that they are using adhesive. We either have to molt it off, which will take time, or have it removed.
How did these pigeons get cowboy hats stuck on their heads? The video of these birds took flight on social media with millions of views.
Now one rescue group finally captured the cowboy pigeon and says the hats were glued to their heads.
We caught Cluck Norris today.
After days of trying to corral these famous pigeons gone viral on social media, finally, success. A donated cat trap did the trick to rein in the rogue cowboy.
It's something that's not going to come off easily.
But relief quickly turned to concern. Take a close look at the pigeon. Rescuers say someone glued on that cowboy hat.
In contrast, an ornithologist and professor who specializes in pigeon is less concerned. He responded, stating that he isn't worried about the pigeons, who are acting pretty normally and don't seem to be distressed. The hats are certainly light enough, he said in an interview with the New York Times. they look like happy pigeons to me. It's hard to know, of course, because they will not talk to us. Opinions on social media run the spectrum, with most taking funny pokes at comedy in spotting a dandy little hatted pigeon walking around. Cool or cruel? Please add your opinion and theory to the ones in the comments below. So if you like cats or birds with hats, be sure to like and subscribe. And here's some other videos you might enjoy. And remember, it's a great world.